Alright, today my daughter received the water coolant return line and water coolant feed line. This is the one that was leaking and it drifted over. That's on that one, this one here. That's what I wanted to change from the get-go. If you watch my videos, I kept saying, man, I should have changed that. It's only two that were not changed. I gotta make sure I get that bracket adjusted because they gave me a hard time when I was putting this one back on. I took the bolt, whatever nut to work, and I made some special tools. Those are all 17 metric. Made them at work. Hopefully they help out today. Hopefully that one helps out too. These are the ones I've been using. Not this one, but this one. All those I've been using just to remove and install it because I've done it more than once. Hoping this long one will help out because this is the longest one I have. Alright, here we go. Like I said before, for my records. Remember, I don't have rights to the music. Remember that. I just need to stay awake because I worked last night and I'm working today. That's going to be giving me a issue right there. Your water return line or drain line, or really return line.
Keep you safe with AI-powered scam detection.
These are all the 17 metric that I have. That requires a 16, and I only have one 16 metric. That one there. Again, all the metric 7 that I have, it requires a 16. I only have one. And also, the 5/8 can work too. I have a whole bunch of 5/8. I made this one so I can reach it. It's thin too. Golly, one thing after another, but oh well. At least I'm able to do it. We're going to start with the water supply line, water inlet, whatever you call it. Water feed line, water coolant feed line. The rubber washer is green. Thick too, it's thick also. And the screw nut, it's easy to turn, not like the old one was difficult. These O-rings are meant to fit tight on it. I had to slide it out with a tight fit. To remove that, it didn't go in. It didn't remove like the new ones did. For the ones that are right, said that those are the correct O-rings. rubber washers, gaskets, what do you call them. This one I had to apply force to remove that O-ring. That must be the part number for the parts we got today. This is one of the new ones I bought the other day with Riley. Yeah, you can move that in and out without no force, just in and out. That one you had to put force with to remove it. I screwed it in, you know, like a screw. Well, back to this one. Let's get started. So for the water inlet feed line, I pushed it in from the top. Now I'm going to the bottom and screw it on. So far, I got the water supply line in. I messed with that water supply line bracket to try to get it to screw in. It's hitting up there. No luck. I pulled on it with the special picks I made. This is in the way, you know, it's probably the other end of this, probably bent. I broke that loose. Took that out. Only this moves. This won't move. So that did nothing. Bending the bracket did nothing, you know, so I can have more friggin' down. So I'm gonna put the screw in, keep it stationary, and maybe it'll line up. So I'm gonna take a break first. I get it. It looks straight from where I'm at when I get the hooks on there, but it's hard to wrench it. You know, it's hard to pull down and wrench at the same time. And I can turn it by hand, but I need to push down on it. It's hard to push down on it. When I push down on it with the pick, it's not, you know, it's rubbing against that nut. It's rubbing against that nut there, and it's hard for me to turn by hand. And then with the wrenches I made, it's hard to wrench it. Because I got the pick in the way, and then I'm trying to wrench it, you know, it's just complicated. So far those picks tend to work, but like I said, when I start to wrench it, the picks are in the way, there's not enough room to get a good turn. When I turn it, you can see the bolt, whatever you call that special bolt name of that, whatever you call it, move a little bit, like it moves. Well, I clamped the coolant supply line and did the same thing I explained earlier with the hooks and the long wrench. No luck. So I'm gonna have to do the freaking unhook the damn manifolds. It's just hard being, you know, one-man job. You know, if someone can, if I had help, someone pull down on the hook while I try to tie it, would be kindly appreciated. But you know, they don't show interest, and then I'm gonna take my time. I'll show less interest too. I'm doing this out of courtesy. The least they can do is come out here and help out.
New one in the junk one, they're shaped different. Look at where the brackets are at. See how it's angled a little bit, the line, straight up and down. The old one goes that way, the new one just goes straight. I wanted to torch it, but then I'm thinking, man, I don't want to ruin nothing else, man. You know, so I gave it the angle a little bit. See it? I even adjusted the frame, the mounting bracket too.
I took the Westgate out and I removed the oil feed line. Now I'm going to start with the bottom exhaust nuts. I'm going to break them loose. That's what I'm going to do. See if there's enough clearance to get that fucker in there. I'm sorry. That thing screwed on. Alright, what I did with my left arm, I used a special wrench I made. Before I was doing this number, pushing it in and trying to turn the nut, and it was hard because the pick was in the way. So then I broke loose the exhaust manifold nuts. You can see them. You give enough a little play, and then I went like this, and I pushed down on that, and then with the wrench I made, let's see it's on. The wrench I modified, I just started wrenching it, and at the same time pushing down with the pick, and it grabbed on, and I tightened it down. I finally got it. Now we gotta put the water return line in, but it's break time. It's gonna be a test right there. I still gotta put the screw in right there. I'm gonna leave that screw there. I'm not gonna put the original one. I'm just gonna leave that there. Tighten it down some more. That's how I put the coolant feed line on. Took me a while, man. Took me a while. Okay, we got that started first. And I had some help, so it takes two people. And then that nut over there, which is not a 17 5/8. So all the custom tools I made are worthless, you know, for that nut. So what I did is I pushed the feed line in, and then my son pushed on the nut, and then I held it in with the long screwdriver. My son held it in with the long screwdriver up on top. I held in the return line, the water return line, and then he held in the nut. Then I wrenched it with a stubby, 5/8 stubby, until the threads caught. So now it's getting late. I have to work tonight, but that's what I left out. And hopefully tomorrow, it's going to take time to just wrench it. So it's going to take time to wrench it. And then, you know, that, and then I got to wrench that there. And then tying down the bottom exhaust nuts first. All of them actually, and then run the oil feed line. And then tamp the water feed line hose over there. And I should be done. And then put antifreeze and so forth. You gotta know the rest. I still gotta put the guard back on, like over here. The heat guard. Let's go, son.